Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
It is day one.
Yay.
Day one, like the party has officially started.
I love it.
Exciting. How exciting. So several things we're gonna talk about, we're gonna cover tonight. But here's what I want to start with. Okay, here's what I want to start with. So many of us, I'm not going to speak for all the areas of our life because many of you have amazing things going on in other areas of your life. In fact, how many of you have ever looked at other areas of your life and went, gosh, I'm like a rock star over here. How come I cannot get it together with my weight?
Yeah.
That like you're killing it over here in this other area, but your weight, your butt's just getting bigger, and it's like, what in the world? How come I can be so self-disciplined over here, but over here it's just like the Oreos just keep jumping in my mouth, right? And so, like, I say all that to say, like, for many of us, we have the self-discipline muscle, we just haven't used it when it comes to our health and when it comes to our weight. And so what happens is we wind up creating habits that have gotten us to where we're at. And if we're overweight, it's really simple. It's because we have overweight habits. If we are obese, it's because we have obese habits. If we are morbidly obese, which is where I started, I had morbidly obese habits. It was really that simple. And so we have these habits. And what are habits? Habits are, and we're going to spend on another call, we're going to be talking about habits more in depth, but habits are what you do without even thinking about it. Like when your boss ticks you off, when you win the baseball game or your kids win the baseball game, or when you're tired or exhausted or cranky, or your husband makes you mad.
Or wife.
Or your wife, yes, or your wife, your spouse, when your spouse makes you mad, when the jerk off on the road tries to run you off the road, when your kids, you just want to give them back for the day. Nope, not today. All the things, right? So many of us have developed habits that have led us to where we're at. And so, you know, throughout the past couple days, and here's the thing, so many of us have been in denial about really where we're at. Have any of you ever looked at another person who's overweight and thought, yeah, but I'm smaller than them? Anyone ever done this?
Yep.
I used to do it all the time. I'm like, yeah, I know they say they're that, but I can't. No, I'm athletic. I was an athlete 3 seasons. I played like I would literally tell myself this. Like I would look at other people that were fluffy and just think I looked smaller, I looked better. The truth is I was in a size 22. I didn't look but so small. And so we can get this denial thing. And when we start confronting those things, you know, and I was not a fan of vegetables or fruit unless vegetables had all kinds of butter and cheese on them, unless I was dipping my apples in caramel dip. Then I would totally eat vegetables and fruit, but other than that, and so you got to understand, for all of us, when we start taking photos of, and you know, we turn to the side and we can see all the things, like, holy hell, oh my gosh. What in the world is it? Must be the lighting. The camera adds 20, 30, what is it, 50 pounds, Carmen? So
It was 217.1, but I had to hold my phone. Have a great day. Bye.
This is Megan Trombley.
Dan Martin, 258.6.
Kimberly Gaston. It's 252.6. This is Chandra.
Tammy, 279.7.
but you're never going to hate your way to the body you want. And you've got to you can't ever get to where you want to go if you don't fully own where you're at and know exactly where you're starting. And let's just get this really clear. This is the numbers you weighed in at today. This is where you're starting. It is not where you're staying. This is, and whenever you feel shame start to creep in, how many of you this weekend when you were doing the photos, you were weighing in, you were maybe having some meal, some food that you weren't going to have in a while. How many of you felt that shame? Oh my gosh, look at these photos. Look at your roll. Look at this. Look at that. How many of you felt that shame start to creep in a little bit in certain places? Okay. And do you know what shame leads to? Shame leads to secrecy, first and foremost. It leads to us keeping secrets. We got a lot of Christians on here who, we profess, we love the Lord. Don't lie. It's a sin. Hello, license officer. Yes, I weigh 227 pounds. I'm such a liar. Anyway, so my point is shame leads to secrecy and it leads to self-sabotage. Shame leads to self-sabotage. How many of you have ever tried dieting before? And anybody ever have self-sabotage come into play when it comes to weight loss? Anybody ever self-sabotage? Like everything's going good and then all of a sudden you're way off track and then you gain it all back plus some, okay? So the only way for you to get to where you want to go is to be real with where you're at, to fully own it. Not owning it as of who you were or who you are, it's just behavior. It's just behavior. And guess what the great thing about behavior is? Like my 2-year-old is going through a shy phase right now. Does that mean she's shy? No, it means her current behavior is shyness. That's not who she is. She's going through a phase. She's 2. At some point when you guys were little, you couldn't walk. And you tried and tried and tried and failed. Did they look at you and go, "Oh, kid, you're just not a walker. Sit down, shut up. You weren't born to walk"? No, nobody said that. You think about how many times you stood up and fell down. You stood up and fell down. You stood up, you wobbled, you wonked your noggin, and you fell down. Did you eventually learn to walk? We all learned to walk, right? Because we didn't quit. And so no matter how many times you failed at weight loss, it doesn't mean you're meant to be fluffy. It doesn't mean you're big boned. It doesn't mean this is your lot in life. It just means that has prepared you for this moment in time right here. But shame has got to go. There is no room for you to carry that sucker with you. And so all the things that you have kept hidden that you think nobody knows, whether it's wearing Spanx, whether it's binging, whether it's secret eating, whether it's self-condemnation, any of those things, when it stays in darkness, and we talked about this a little bit last week, when it stays in darkness, it controls you. When we don't talk about it, it controls you. It has a hold on you. Anyway, you're writing your next chapter. We're done looking back at the old chapters. We're focusing on where you're going, not where you've been. We're focusing on where you're going, not where you've been. And where you've been has prepared you to succeed now. In order to go in a certain direction, you have to flock with people that are also going in that direction. You've got to flock with them. When I first started this journey back in 2014, I never hung out with any fit people, any people that were going in the same direction. When I did diet, it was very secret. It was very quiet. I didn't talk about it. I didn't invest a lot of time in it. I would start and stop, start and stop, and start and stop. But you guys have been put on this team for a reason. You guys are teammates, which means you have each other's back. You encourage one another. You're in this together. When one's down, the other ones come to help them get across the finish line. But you've got to trust your teammates and you've got to trust your coach. Because if you don't trust your teammates and you don't trust your coach, where are you going to get? Where are you going to go? How's your season going to go? It's not going to go very well. And so This is one of those things where you get out what you put in. And if you want 100% of the results, 100% of the results, you know, I was just on the call with season 5 and Heather N. Gosh, this chick started at 265 point something. Next week, they're what, 15, 16 weeks into this? She's going to cross into Wonderland. 15 to 16 weeks, this chick's going to have lost almost 70 pounds. Whatever. We had 2 more people hit their goal this week at their goal weight. Now they're going to spend the rest of the time maintaining, learning how to do that. If you want 100% of the results that you've seen other people get, Jerry, who just broke into the 180s, he's 5 pounds from his goal. The guy's got abs. People think he's sick because he's losing weight so fast. They saw him 5 months ago. They see him now. They're like, are you sick?
It's true.
What's
He
going
really
on?
wrote like, I'm not sick. I'm not sick.
Right? He pulls up his shirt, shows his abs. Does this look like sickness? And so my point is you want 100% of the results. You have to put in 100% of the work. You can't expect to get 100% of the results if you put in 80% of the work, or 100% of the results if you put in 60% of the work. We need to get away from this freaking wishy-washy, wimpy, whiny. It's hard. Yeah, it is. But guess what? You were made to do hard things. You weren't made to live on easy street. You weren't made to not challenge yourself. You weren't made to be in a comfort zone. You weren't made to settle. You weren't made to lie down and let life run over you. You were made to get up, to stand up, to rise up, and to actually do what is inside of you. To rock your dream jeans, to get on a freaking beach in, you know, a Speedo, Dan, or a 2-piece, ladies, or a 1-piece. Take the freaking cover up off. Just strut around in front of your spouse. Jill, you're not married, you're young. I feel like I am like your aunt from another mother, so shut your ears. No, you're going to be married someday, whatever. To strut around in front of your spouse naked, unashamed. Unashamed. To have your sex life look like whatever you want it to because you can, not because you're limited by the extra fluff on your body. To be able to ride roller coasters with your kids, to be able to get on the ground and wrestle them. To not have to be fearful about getting on an airplane and getting the middle seat. To live your life the way you want to live it on your terms, not what we have settled for. And it is time that we get rid of that girl, that guy, and we step into who we were supposed to be. Because I'm going to tell you one thing, as somebody who's come from there, who's come from exactly where you are at, I was not made, and you were not made to live under the bondage of this thing called weight. And it gets me riled the frick up. And I know I'm not yelling at you. And if you take it that way, you need to stop taking it that way, because this is not directed at you. But I am passionate about your life. And I am passionate about seeing you cross over. And I am passionate about seeing you 1 year from today, look in the mirror and not recognize the freaking thing staring back at you. To change so much that your spouse's family thinks your spouse got a divorce and remarried somebody else. Because they saw a picture on social media and it doesn't look like you. It's a true story. My husband's family's like, did Jackie have a divorce from Carmen? Like, no, she just lost a person. And so, with that being said, I cannot be the only one that is passionate about this. Now, I understand that right now, my passion might scare you a little bit. I was like, wow, this chick's crazy. Okay, but here's what I can tell you. We're going to hang out for 24 weeks. At the end of the 24 weeks, I promise some of this is going to rub off on you. And that's a good thing. My belief, if you don't believe in yourself, if you're just like, okay, I see all these, some of you have a hard time believing that you can be one of those success stories. But you were so inspired by all the people that have went through the program. You're like, okay, they've all done it. I mean, maybe it'll work. Some of you are still in the maybe it'll work for me. Be honest, who's there? Who's still in the maybe? Who's still in the I hope this works? I hope it works. Maybe it'll work. We're going to talk about that in a couple of weeks. Because you've got to move into, this is my time. This will work. This is going to work. This is already working. So anyway, but we're not gonna get, we know Rome wasn't built in a day. I'll be patient. But we're stuck together for 24 weeks.
My name is Jill. This morning I weighed in, I had to go back and look the Marco Polo. I weighed in at 288.4 pounds, and I am super excited about this new journey. I am ready for all the benefits it'll bring for the new lifestyle. It's not just another diet, but an actual lifestyle change. And I am definitely looking forward to building and maintaining healthier habits throughout this journey and seeing what I'm going to look like in the next year.
I'm Sheila. I weigh 219.4 pounds. I declare that this is the final thing that I am going to have to do. This is it. I'm changing my life. I'm changing my girl's life and anyone else that comes in contact with me. I'm going all in. I'm releasing everything, whether I cry, whatever, I'm going to cry through it. I've spent the whole weekend crying. But you know, I'm doing this, and I cannot wait to see how much it's going to change my life. I've lived most of my life in fear for various reasons, and I'm releasing that fear. I'm no longer living in fear. God put me here, and I'm walking in faith, and I give it all to him. And he's given me the strength to do this and to be with you guys. And I can't wait to see where we all are in the future.
All right, I'm Megan. I weighed in this morning at 262.8. And season of change, I'm ready. My kids are grown to the point where I can focus on myself and have the support system around me that I need, which I'm a team person. So I love that we're all in this together. And so next year, I feel like I will feel good. I'll be ready to do the things, right? My husband climbed Mount Kilimanjaro a couple years ago. He wanted to take me with him. So I look forward to hiking in Hawaii and going back to Kilimanjaro and, you know, visiting my kids in Japan and climbing Mount Fuji and just being outdoor and athletic. I look forward to riding horses again and just doing the outdoor things that I love to do. But most of all, I look forward to like being the weight that's comfortable, right? Where you can feel good in your clothes and do all those kind of things where, you know, sit cross-legged, all the things we take for granted when we're young. And looking forward to these workouts, just getting not easier, but like doable, right? So this morning's workout was fun, but I'm looking forward to advancing in that and feeling stronger.
Hi, it's Tammy. This morning I weighed in at 279.7, and my declaration is I'm going to knock it out of the park. I'm going to get off the floor without looking like I'm playing a game of freaking Twister. You know, I'm just ready to go shopping in the normal level, the normal part, not the big girl part. I'm just ready to get my life back. I'm tired of walking in a room feeling ashamed, and I'm not going to feel ashamed anymore. I'm going to own it. And people are going to notice a big difference in just a few weeks.
Hi, my name is Tawana. I weighed in this morning at 197.6. My declaration from this moment forward is to get stronger, get fit, be able to do some push-ups, the men push-up and not the female push-ups, you know, just to get stronger in my body, get stronger in my mind, mentally and physically. To lose the weight, so when I look in the mirror, I'll be happy with who I see, versus just about all my life just looking in the mirror and just not being happy with what I see in the mirror. So my declaration is by the end of this 24 weeks, I would be happy to look in that mirror and to see and to look at myself, and just let others see. I'm telling some of my family, I haven't told everyone about it, but action speaks louder than words. So I want to put in the work, and I just want people to know it's like, wow, you're looking great. What you're doing, just step in it and just stay focused on myself, put in the hard work to show up for myself, get these workouts in to where these 30 minutes workout, it's like, oh, it's over already. Instead of like, how many more minutes I got. So I look forward to having more wind in my lungs and more strength to go on. So, and to be able to turn a 30-minute workout into an hour workout, 60 minutes, and just really feel good and just happy about just getting stronger and getting healthier all the way around.
Hey, I'm Allison. I weighed in this morning at 228.6, and I declare that I'm going to do this hard thing for myself that everything else in my life has seemed to come easy with work, and school always came easy, athletics, but this has been my thing, my thorn in the flesh, like they talk about in the Bible. And I am going to do this hard thing so that I can feel better about myself and stop living a life of guilt and inferiority. I'm tired of always feeling less than because I'm bigger than. And I want to feel good about being with my family and my boys to be proud of me and my husband to be proud of me. And I want to feel as confident in this area as I have in other areas. And I declare that I'm going to get there this time.
I'm Dan, and I weighed 258.6. And, my declaration is I want to feel better. I allowed my profession to help put me in this position that I am now. My knee pain, back pain, I want to get off blood pressure medicine. I want to feel 42. I really want to feel way younger, but I would at least want to feel 42. I want to get back to, my high school weight. My kids are athletic. I want to get back to them, and I want them to be proud of me, and I want to be able to compete with them and do the things that they're doing. And, when they look at their dad, not someone who just helps provide for them, but be a role model in all aspects of life. So that's my declaration.
Hi, I'm Chandra. I weighed in today at 262.1. And my declaration is to let this be the first time that I start this journey. I am determined to succeed. I don't want to fail ever again. And I want to be able to peel back the layers that are there and show people who I am inside. Stop hiding in fear and stop turning down invitations to do things or worry about what I'm going to wear if I go somewhere or if somebody's staring at me. I don't want to feel that anymore. And I want my body to be able to do what my mind and my spirit already has going on inside. So my declaration is to let this be the time.
Hi, my name is Shelly. This morning when I weighed in, I weighed 239.6. And my declaration is at this time next year, I want to be the me that I used to know, that I can move without hurting, climb a set of stairs without giving out of breath, walk a mile without having to stop and sit down, and enjoy life. I'm going to be in the best health of my life and be an example for my kids and their spouses and for even my husband. I'm starting a new life as of today.
Hi, I'm Kimberly, and I declare that shame doesn't have a place in my life anymore, not just in this challenge, but in any area of my life. And I declare that that I'm committed to myself and the boundaries that I've put in place, that I will honor those boundaries, and that I will achieve my goals by the end of this challenge.
First of all, I want to say that I just told my husband like this week what my weight was. And so it's I'm gonna say it to y'all because we're family, but I am emotional about it because it was really hard for me. Sorry, to look on the scale this morning and admit it and see everything, because I've been in the capital D denial for a really long time. Okay, now I'm gonna go. Hold on, I gotta clear the. Okay. My name is Kia Uribe, and I weighed in at 314.8. And I first declare that I'll never see that damn number again. I declare that, I swear in the name of Jesus, oh my gosh, that I'll never see that number on the scale again. And that I will not use excuses of pregnancy or having children again for my weight gain. That I will, if I want to, I will get pregnant when I'm done with this, and I will not be in geriatric pregnancy because I'm overweight or have any special conditions or anything like that. I will have a baby freely and healthy, and I won't have to see any special doctors, and my blood pressure will not be high because of any of it. And I declare that right now I stop making excuses for my big bonedness, and I start looking at myself for the real reality that it is, which I am amazing, but there needs to be improvements, and that's reality. And that I don't ever look at somebody else and say, well, they're bigger than me, so that's fine. I declare right now that the judgment for other people's weight, my weight, it's all gone. It's all gone. I'm never going to excuse myself because of somebody else's issues. And right now I declare that also I will be healthy for my kids, be healthy for both of them they're so little and they're learning how to eat. And I want to be an example for them and make them proud of me and be the kind of mom that I don't even know if I like the beach, and I live in Pensacola, Florida, because I think I'm scared to go because I've never been in a bathing suit really that I've not been ashamed of. So I declare that I will go to the beach and be proud at some point in this program. And my kids will know me as freedom. They will know it as me as a free mother, and not as somebody that is always pulling at their clothes and going into different stores with them because I'm too ashamed, or ordering online even at that matter, because I don't even want people to know what's getting delivered to my home because or what stores I'm going in, for my clothes. And I declare shame is gone, and it's out of my house. It's out of everything. My family, their kids, everybody. We're speaking about our weight. We're talking about our weight. No more denial. No more denial. Reality has hit the Uribe household.
Yes, I feel like that needs an amen. Yes. Oh, I love it. Oh, it's so freaking awesome. And as you guys were saying, like as those words were coming out of your mouth and you were declaring it, could you feel a difference? Like, did any of you feel more powerful? Like you were taking control, that you were possible, your goals were possible? Like, gosh, it feels so good. And so often, most of us don't even allow ourselves to speak these things about our health because we're so afraid of what if I say it and it doesn't happen. I think it was Tawana that said, I don't want to tell anybody because people are going to do whatever. Well, in about 3 weeks, y'all are going to be sharing it on your Facebook page. Everybody's going to know. And you're just going to have to deal with it, honey. All of us are going to have to deal with it. Because if we are waiting for the cheerleading squad to show up to cheer us on, we are never going to do anything great. Like, we've got to be able to cheer ourselves on, that our voice is the most important one, not what everybody else says. That is called people pleasing and living for other people's approval. And I'm so sorry, does anybody else pay your bills? Anybody else have a sugar daddy outside of your husband or wife that pays your bills? Your neighbor, the one you're trying so hard to please, they pay your bills? Just checking. So listen, as long as you and your spouse are in alignment, what the frick anybody else thinks about the size of your butt is none of your business. Their opinion about your butt is none of your freaking business. We've got to stop caring so much about what everybody else thinks. And like, this is the season for you to go all in for you. For you to care more about what you think about letting yourself down than what you care about letting anybody else down. Because so many of you, part of the reason why you wound up here is because we hide under the excuse of I'm busy. Because we're so busy doing everything for everybody else, being everything to everybody else, that we have forgotten our health is a priority. We have put our health on the back burner. We have put all these things ahead of it. This season is a season for you to make yourself and your health a priority. And that does not make you selfish. It does not make you selfish. It doesn't make you selfish when you tell your husband, during this time and this time, I'm working out, I am not available. It doesn't make you selfish when your kids want to come down and ask you for a snack or a drink and you're working out. And you actually say to them, Mommy is not available. I'll see you in 40 minutes. Get upstairs. You're actually setting the right example of how to get something done without being distracted. If we want to raise human beings that can actually go out there and freaking slay dragons and do hard things and accomplish their goals, then we freaking better show them how to do it. We better show them how it's done. We better stop talking about it and show them how to do it. And for those of you that have kids, what an amazing gift that they're about to watch you do hard things, not just talk about doing hard things, but they're about to see their own hero in living flesh. I don't care how old your kids are. Gosh, they freaking adore you. They love you. Even if they're adults, you're about to show them what superpowers look like as they watch their mother or father transform in front of their very own eyes.